Hello, good morning, dear students. Today we will go for English grammar lesson number 3 verbs. Okay, in the last session in English grammar, we had done our lesson number 1, the sentences, and lesson number 2, nouns. Today we will see our lesson number 3, that is verbs. Okay, before I start explain you, I will show you the parts of speech. We will remember the parts of speech that we have already done in the previous video. That is noun. Okay, what are the parts of speech? Nouns, pronoun, verbs, adverbs, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. These are the parts of speech. Okay, in that we had already done noun. Now we will see lesson number 3, that is verbs. Okay, we will start. Do you remember the parts of speech? Oh, now we will see the verbs. Okay, what is verbs? If I ask this question to the students, generally the students will reply that verbs are action words. Exactly, verbs are action words. But it is the main part of the sentence. Verbs are the main part of the sentence and it is very important part in the parts of speech. Yes? Yes. We will see the definition of verbs now. What is the definition of verbs? Verbs that tells us what someone or something does are called verbs. Okay? Words that tell us what someone or something does are called verbs. Okay? Now we will see what verbs tells us. Okay? What verbs tells us? Verbs tells us action and state of being. What is action and state of being? We will see in this. For example, we will see what is action verbs. For example, the man ran away. Here in this sentence, the man is running. So this underlined word ran indicates that this is action word. How? Because the man is the subject, ran is the verb, that is the action word, and away is the object here. Okay, the man ran away. In this sentence, the man ran is what? Action verb. An activity performed by the man, that is the subject. The man is the subject. The ran is the activity performed by the subject, the man. Here in this sentence, ran is the action word. Okay, now we will see the another example. Rohan rides bicycle regularly. In this sentence, ride is the underlined word and this rides tells us that this is the action words. The Rohan is rides bicycle regularly. Here rides is the action word performed by the Rohan, the subject. Okay, understand this example? Now we will see the state of being. What is state of being here? Okay, for example, I'll show you one example here for state of being. Okay, she is a girl. Here in this sentence, is she is a girl. Here I have used is as a verb. Okay, this is tells us that this is a state of being. This is tells us this is a straight word. So is there any action word in this sentence? No. In this sentence, there is no action word, but I have used is here. This is tells us that this is a state of being verb. Okay, she is a girl. Now, another example we will see. He feels happy today. So, in this picture, this man is expresses us that this man is feels very happy today. So this he feels happy today in this sentence, feels tells us that this is a verb. Underlined word is verb, but this is a state of being. It means that this feels is a state word. So he feels happy today is a state of being. Understand students what is action word and what is state of being. So these two are the verbs tells us the action and state of being. Okay, now we will see what is subject and predicate. So what is subject and predicate? This subject and predicate I already explained you in the lesson number 1, the sentences. In that lesson I explained you subject and predicate, but now today I will show you in short. For example, Lalita eats an apple. In this sentence, Lalita eats an apple. Underline word Lalita is subject, and whatever left after the subject eats an apple is a predicate. So for making a complete sense, a complete sentence, we should add subject and predicate. So for making a complete sentence, we always use subject and predicate. So here Lalita eats an apple. Here Lalita is a subject and eats an apple is the predicate. Okay, see the points here. A complete sentence is made up of subject and predicate. So for making a sentence complete, we need subject and predicate. The main word in a predicate is a verb. So here eats an apple is a predicate, but here eats is the main verb. Okay, this in this predicate eats is a verb. So this is the main word in the predicate. Okay, now verbs perform different functions. So now we will see the functions of verbs here. Okay, here I will show you the functions of verbs. Here auxiliary verb and main verb. What is auxiliary verb? So dear students, no need to get confused what is auxiliary verb and what is helping verb. Both verbs are the same verb. We can always call as auxiliary verb also, and we can also call it as a helping verb. So never get confused over here. Auxiliary verb is also helping verb. Okay, what is auxiliary verb and what is main verb, we will see in this video now. Dear students, please listen here. Auxiliary verbs, I have given few points to remember what is auxiliary verbs. So first point is auxiliary verbs, they give more meaning to the main verb. They cannot stand alone. They need main verb for existence. They are incomplete without main verb. For example, I'll give you one example here. Please see this example. The children were swimming. So in this sentence, the children is subject, were is helping verb, and swimming is the main verb. So the children were swimming. Here the children subject, but were is auxiliary verb which helps another verb, that is swimming, in the sentence. This is the swimming will become main verb, and were here is the auxiliary verb. Okay, now we will see another example. He is writing a letter. So in this picture, this boy is writing a letter. So here he is subject, is his auxiliary verb, and writing becomes main verb. So in this sentence, he is writing a letter. Writing will become main verb, and is helping another verb, that is writing. Okay, understand what is auxiliary verb? Now we will see what is main verb. So here are the some points to remember what is main verb. Words that actually shows the action or activity of the subject. So in the sentence, the action word tells us that is the main verb. So they can stand alone, they complete itself. These are the points to remember what is main verb. For example, I'll give you one example to remember what is main verb. So see the example. Ritu sang well. In this sentence, Ritu is singing well. So here, did I use any action words here? No. Here, is there Ritu sang well? In this sentence, I used main verb sang here. Did I use any auxiliary verb? No. Without auxiliary verb, this sentence complete itself, that is the main verb. So Ritu is the subject, sang is main verb, and well is the object. So in this sentence, sang will become main verb. There is no auxiliary verb. Without auxiliary verb, the sentence makes complete itself. Okay, now we will see another example. Okay, I am a doctor here. See, in this sentence, I am a doctor. So, I is the subject, am is main verb, and a doctor is object. In this sentence, I is subject, am is main verb, and a doctor is object. So, Here am will become main verb. Is there any auxiliary verb here? Any helping verb? No. Without helping verb, the sentence itself make a complete sense is known as main verb. Okay, dear students, I hope you enjoyed this video. You learned everything about the verb. In the next video, I will show you the types of verb and all. Okay, thank you.